He spoke about Paul Marsh briefly then. He was part of the briefing today. He's leaving the AFLPA at the end of the week. In fact, Andrew Dillon today thanked Paul Marsh for all his work over the years. And as part of this, he spoke about the illicit drugs policy. And I classify this as a parting shot at you.
Show us the evidence that a more punitive approach is going to actually improve the outcomes on this issue. Like, this is an issue that we always, both of us, have always taken as a identify, support, try to change behaviours, and that's still what we're trying to do with the policy. So I don't think it's helpful getting into a discussion. I think what can get frustrating on an issue like this is there are a lot of people who are not experts in this space who have a whole lot of solutions based on nothing that we can work out that makes any sense in terms of how you're going to deal with it. Like, we're working with experts. We've got a behaviour change approach to this that hopefully we're not so far away from agreeing something that can be announced.
So there won't be punitive measures that come in. Ed, not just me, but other journalists in the room interpreted this as a real crack at you and the stance you've taken against...
You thought Nick Riewoldt as well, so anyone who's had a go.
Yeah, and other people that have been against some of the AFL...
Well, I don't know, actions. I haven't spoken to Paul about it, but I'll find out from him. But let's say it was, OK? That's a softening up because they're going to come in with a very soft drug code, OK? And people aren't going to like it. And, I mean, we saw it as late as over the weekend with Bailey Smith, completely laughing at the AFL, making idiots of them. Players who constantly go in and go to the doctor at the club and say, oh, I've got a headache, or I broke up with my girlfriend, and self-reporting and doing all these things. I'll tell you what I am. I'm sick of going to funerals. I'm sick of watching people, their careers go. I'm sick of clubs being exploded because of these situations. I'm sick of players putting themselves in harm's way with nefarious activities which will lead to players getting fixed up as far as match fixing is concerned. Umpires who get involved in drugs, and don't think that doesn't happen.
Well, where do you get drugs from?
Hang on. Well, where do you get? We don't go down to Chemist Warehouse, as I said on the news. Who do you reckon are selling these things? So at the moment, here's where our drug code has got to moved along. If you self-report, you get nothing. If you get caught on match day because you took it one night too late or whatever the case, or they've got better drug testing capabilities, you get put out for life. You get 4 years, you're cooked, and your life's done. OK? And if you get your photo taken, you get rubbed out for a couple of weeks. OK, now let's say I'm a really bad person, OK? And I go around in the summer and I start taking photos of people and I build up a nice little cache of photos of a particular club. You get to preliminary final week and you go up to that club or those players and you say, I've got photos of you, you're going to get 2 weeks, your season's gone, it's going to be the biggest scandal in the world, pay up or do as I say. What do you reckon happens? OK, so I believe in what the AFL and the PA have done over the years as far as the empathy and the medical approach to it. But we're long past it. I think the community has now said, enough. We have to have some parameters, and whether that is on the streets or anywhere else, OK? And that's what we need to do now. We can't just keep going down this path. It's not working. Every other week, another player gets themselves into a complete schmozzle.
So
and it's
Paul
all
Marsh
drug related.
You're not an expert, though. You're a former club.
I'll tell you, hang on, let me just finish, right?
Yep.
I'll tell you what I'm an expert on, right? I don't know how too many people have had two blokes sit on their couch, perspiring almost to dissolving themselves because they've been found guilty of taking a drug that was laced, and they get 2 years. And I'm sitting there with Gary Pert and Neil Baum and two young Collingwood players, and their lives on the line. And we go, yep, we'll look after you. We'll get you through the whole situation. Not what the PA say, that clubs will burn you and all this. No one at football clubs wants to burn people unless you deserve to be kicked out of the club, right? So I do take umbrage at that because I've sat there and watched it. And as I said, I've been to too many funerals. I've seen too many players. It's happening every other week. Wake up and smell the roses, for God's sake. The community does not want to cop this anymore. If there's one thing that the AFL can stand up and do in life is be against drugs. It's killing our community. It's killing football clubs in the suburbs. It's killing them in the country. It's into the women's group. As I said, it's everywhere. Now, 1 in 9 people in Victoria on the roads when they get pulled up are drug affected. So we know it's everywhere. But we're paying people enough money not to do this. So I say they need to have a really good hard look at this, and I'm putting it on the record once and for all, because I was the first person to bring this up in 1999 at a president's meeting with the Commission. I sat through all what we're going to do with the drug situation, and it is off the charts. So enough of the carry on. Let's just do it properly.
Said the
Right?
body-
If they want to have a go at me about that, that's fine. But I will say this, and I said on the news, 3 things in life that you live by if you want to be successful. Don't do drugs, don't do drugs, don't do drugs. And you can line up every expert from here to Timbuktu to come and argue that point with me. You reckon doing drugs is good? Come and see me.
We'll go to a break. We'll be back after this.